While the country has been distracted with anti-American protests at sporting events for weeks now, something else has been percolating behind the scenes that's now set to take place in about a month. On November 4th, 5 cities across the country could experience martial law after President Donald Trump has received a chilling warning about what will take place if he doesn't cave to one sickening demand. This is more than a threat, it's a promise, as proof of the claims have now been discovered in these cities. What's an actual problem in this country isn't what these professional athletes say they are protesting, it's what they are perpetuating. However, that's just a symptom of the bigger issue that's gone ignored and unchecked, and now there's a threat on Trump that if he doesn't step down from office, all hell will break loose. There is every indication that will happen, as streets have already been shut down ahead of November 4th, in certain areas named by one group in particular. We've also had a taste of what this unrest looks like, but that's nothing compared to what's coming. Liberals have completely lost their minds after losing control and are resorting to actual war to reclaim it. After recently being declared as a terrorist organization, the far-left Antifa group is certainly living up to their title. Alt-left agitators are planning to stage mass riots in major cities on November 4th, during which they hope to instigate a civil war that will lead to the regime change of the Trump administration, InfoWars reports. This plan was backed up by several other sources, such as the Daily Caller, who also reported on their plans. The violent demonstrations we've already seen in Berkeley and Charlottesville are now spreading to other cities in a systematic approach to civil war which is set to erupt about 5 days from now. Places on notice include liberal empires, New York City, Austin, Chicago, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. If all goes to the furthest extent of Antifa's plan, it could be reason enough for the president to declare martial law. A long diatribe written by Andy Z posted on the Revolutionary Communist Party website makes it clear that the events, which leftists hope will attract millions, are not planned to be just ordinary protests, InfoWars explained. There is a break with what have been the norms we confront, and to deal with this there must be a break with the normal ways people seek change from government. The normal forms of petition and protest do not apply with Trump, even as they have been difficult enough under the normal functioning of this system, Z wrote. Sharp agitation and politically provocative actions must be employed to achieve the complete overthrow of the administration, according to Z. A sixth city, Philadelphia, has now been added to the list of places that will experience this civil unrest, with specific plans aimed at police officers who try to stop them. The Daily Caller reports. An armed Antifa group is launching a new cell in Philadelphia, with support from the alt-left alternative media. The group currently hosts anti-police workshops called Our Enemies in Blue. The group draws inspiration from convicted murderers and calls for violence against the police, theft of goods, and armed insurrection. Antifa websites like It's Going Down, Sub.media and Insurrection News have been promoting the group, which calls itself the Revolutionary Abolitionist Movement, calling on their readers to donate to a fundraiser account for the creation of the new cell. The mob mentality of these deemed domestic terrorists has festered to this point that they feel justified in their actions and destruction based on hyperbolic claims about how mosques are being ruthlessly bombed and how LGBTQ are being battered, according to the Daily Caller. Antifa has a specific interest in Philly as their place to seek vengeance for violence against black lives. They take pride in the legacy of Philadelphia's rich revolutionary tradition. After a Black Panther activist shot and killed Philadelphia police officer there in 1981. Antifa identifies with the Black Panthers in their shared purpose of a very undefined purpose of assaulting police officers. The left calls this activism for unity, completely downplaying or ignoring the actual violence they are promoting. Far Left Watch actually points out some very concerning points Antifa has advertised in their mission statement that cannot be ignored. These including the abolition of gender, and the expropriation and the cooperative economy. In simpler terms, these resolves call on Antifa members to expropriate or take away goods, lands, and tools to begin the revolutionary process, Daily Caller explains. Expropriation is a term used to downplay the reality of what it is, which is seizing or stealing. Despite the fact that these are crimes and their violent intentions are openly advertised, liberals will allow this to happen and find some way to blame it on our president. You can also bet that police will be ordered to stand down to these domestic terrorists, since such is the case anytime there's alt-left violence. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel.